Welcome to another episode of the Adultish podcast. You can like, listen, comment, share, and subscribe to Adultish on most streaming platforms. You can also find Adultish on Twitter at Adultish P0DCAST. Welcome to another episode of the Adultish podcast. As always, it's your host, Afiya, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Mr. Vincent Bernand. Say hello to the world, Vincent.
Hello, beautiful people. How art thou?
We are doing A-okay, my friend. And joining us again for this episode of the Adultish podcast is the Cuban. Say hello to the world, Monsieur Cuban.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to say hello to you.
Stop talking.
I don't really talk that way.
Stop talking like an immigrant and get behind that wall.
Hey.
Oh, now you're anti-immigrant?
Get behind that
There's
wall.
a couple immigrants at this table, sir.
I know. Oh my God. Well, no, he's not. The Cuban is not quite an immigrant, but he's
Really?
first-gen immigrant. So he's
Okay.
I was born here.
He's
Okay.
he's
I have citizenship,
he's
so if I get
mostly
stopped,
immigrant.
All
I have paperwork.
So I'm the only,
Right.
I'm the only immigrant at this
You're
table.
the only
then.
true immigrant,
Yes,
but he
I'm the only
comes from like
true
straight up
immigrant.
like
I'm the only one that was born in the States.
right,
Gotcha.
like they like mad immigrant-y.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but so yeah.
Yeah, my mama, we
And
came
you
on
guys,
the plane.
you guys spoke English. My mom, my parents' English was, "What's your name? Where are you from? You hungry?"
Right. That's it.
We spoke English and they still didn't understand us. They
That's
were
right, because I
"Oh."
had Trinidadian accents.
They're
Yeah, but at least when they were
what
talking
do you
about
guys
you, you
say?
understood.
Are you from Jamaica? Like, no.
right, exactly.
My goodness, we speak better than Jamaicans. No shade to Jamaicans, but let's be sure.
You make better OTs.
Hello.
That's
Hello.
Right. That's right.
We are the originators.
Right.
We had
Amen.
all the Indian people showing us how
That's
to do
right.
it. How to do it.
And then y'all probably made it better.
You know, my mom, she in Trinidad, she went to, her first education was at a Hindu school.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so she actually like learned some Hindi when she was like much younger.
Right.
So she'll talk about that. But my mom, she's very adamant or very open about saying that she knows how to like make a lot of like Indian based dishes and all that. You know, like choka and this. She just starts talking about, I know how to make this and then I'm like, okay, whatever. I just want the bus up shut. That's all I want. I don't give a any of that.
It's such a
funny.
perfect combination of spices and
Yeah,
flavors
it's always
and-
so
If you
yummy.
mix the like African and the Indian, and
Yes,
bam.
it's so great because you could get like, it's like you said, it's a lot of
Asian,
the African food and the textures and flavors, and then you have the Indian, and then
There's some Chinese too, right?
there's some Chinese and there's some Spanish too because
Some
Venezuela is like
Spanish, yeah.
30 minutes away, so
Right.
right there at the south.
Right.
Just,
And that's all after after slavery was outlawed. Right, they put in all that coolie labor.
yeah.
Coolie labor, exactly.
Coolie. That's what. Oh my God.
That's
he
what I
calls-
call them.
And that's really
no, that's
And it's
a,
such a-
that's
yes.
a pejorative term.
Yeah, that's really
Yes,
pejorative, right?
yes,
Like-
yes. If you
But
call
I-
an
I
Indian
don't
person
know
a
what else to
coolie,
call
oh
them.
my
Right.
God.
to be honest. I don't
Yeah,
know
like
what
I
else.
know, and whenever I would see like Caribbean people, and they would be like black,
If you're
the black,
mad and like, oh, you're
yeah.
flecking coolie, and they're like,
Yes,
oh, you
uh-huh.
nigga.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. That's the whole thing.
That's
wow.
fighting words.
And I think
Right.
that creates toxic people.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
It does. It absolutely
does.
does. It does.
And what does toxic people do?
Mm.
Do they become toxic family members and friends and lovers?
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
There's a connection there. Yeah.
No, cause see, y'all. Here's the thing, y'all.
Break it down. Break it
Here's the
down.
segue. We kind of getting in this, like we were talking about all the cultural things and whatnot, but like real talk, we talking about toxic family members, and that was to soften y'all up and get y'all all like hungry, and then bam, we smack y'all in the faces with toxicity. Toxic motherfucking family members.
Yes.
I have some.
Just people in general.
And people in
right,
general,
exactly.
yeah.
But you know, it's
right. The families are the
it's
hardest
always
ones.
closer to the best when it's in at home.
Exactly.
I have a niece of mine is very metaphysical and woke and all that, and she says that I forget who she quotes. She says, "If you really want to test your spirituality, hang out with your family." Because they test everybody.
They do.
They really push every button.
And you know, it's always family that, like, you know, I come from a pretty close knit family, and every family has dysfunction. Like everyone does.
Absolutely.
But you know, it's like your niece is right, because you really do get challenged when you're around these people.
Well, they're the people that make you look at yourself the most.
Exactly. And
you can't walk away from them easily.
And recently in my family, we had a situation where, someone that we let into our home who's a family member, you know, things begin to happen. You know, this person came in and we loved them to death. But you know how it is when you add a thing to a situation.
When you add a foreign animal into a new environment.
Exactly. And then shit starts to fuck up.
To change the habitat.
Yes. The energy changed. And I'm all about energy. Like when my dad passed away, there was a tangible feeling, like you could feel that the energy of him was no longer there. And so a month after he passed, someone else came in and didn't quite fit the whole of that energy, because we began to, like, you know, the energy began to close,
right?
And we began to fill out that space in whatever way as dad became an abstraction, and so that energy came in, that person came in, and then someone related to that person's also family came in, and things began to go missing, and things that mean a lot to people began to go missing.
Physical things.
Oh
wow!
And one of them is very important, and so. What would make a person come into the home of someone that you love, or you say you love, and I believe that there's genuine love between this person and the person they stole from, who's very close to me. There is definitely love there, but dysfunction is so real, and toxicity also perpetuates itself upon those who it's inflicted, who are mostly. And I believe that in what I'm talking about, the dysfunction and the toxicity was so potent that it allowed this person to come in and say, I am going to take this and I'm going to leave with it. And I know that no one can prove that it was me, but we know that it was that person. You feel me?
Right. But the toxicity is that they couldn't control their own impulse and think in terms of the group.
Yes.
And the harm that they're going to do.
Indeed.
So even the impulse to want to steal something from someone that you love, it's like, okay.
Right.
Whatever. But, you know, can you put it in check? It's kind of like, you know, it's like cancer, you know? It's like everybody's got cancer cells. But is your immune system strong enough to keep it in check? You know what I mean? It's this person didn't. The love for family or the sense of being part of a family unit wasn't strong enough to say, oh, I can't do that. That belongs to that person. I mean, we're all trying to talk about this without being specific. Names, so this is kind of a weird conversation.
I
but
know,
yeah,
it is.
We're getting the point across.
Yeah, exactly. Something. My mother lost something very precious that my dad gave her, and it's been in this family since 1961.
So it's an heirloom.
Oh my God. And it's like a sentimental value. And the thing is, I remember being a kid, and so it's my mother's engagement ring. And I remember being a kid, and I would see that rock on her hand, and there was a sense of pride in knowing that, like, my mother had like a nice carat. Like, it's a one carat. But like for a kid, like it's like Dad gave you that.
Yes.
And it's not there anymore. Anyway, I'm kind of getting emotional. So this is how the toxicity is affecting me.
Yeah.
You know, it's affecting the energy of my home and my sanctuary. And I'm not quite sure how to deal with that. If I'm being honest. You know, if I'm being completely honest.
Because it's true. The question, how as an adult do you handle...
How the fuck do you deal with that?
How do you handle toxicity?
And real talk is like, the way my family works is me and the Sibs, we immediately got upset and protective and like it's oh my God, why am I getting so emotional right now?
Because you want to rock somebody right now. You want to rock somebody.
Yes, because it's like, how did the next generation get this fucked up?
Yeah.
Well, it's really selfish. It's really narcissistic. It's like, are we a group or not? Are we a collective or not?
Right.
Because if you are, everybody's got to be pretty much equal, and you can't be stealing shit from each other.
Right.
I mean, it's just not going to play. Then you gotta leave the tribe.
Yes.
If you're not going to be a good tribe member, then I'm sorry.
That's what they used to do.
Yeah.
They will put your ass out and exile you.
Yeah, and tell you. Yeah.
And you have to go. You can't be part of the collective. Like that's how it is.
And those people tend to die.
Oh, they always do because they have no family. They have no family. They have no culture no more. They have no nothing. Right. You know, they have no love.
And what those people end up realizing is that my selfishness, betrayed.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Amen. Now I know.
And you got to pay the consequences.
I know.
It's on a scale, but
right. No, you're right.
I jumping in hella quick because I know there's mad shit at this table.
No, she did.
Mad in a lot of ways.
She stashed our wigs, baby.
Well, no, I know the reason I say it because I feel like with my immediate family, I think. Well, with my close family, I feel like there's more dysfunction than toxicity. But there is
a distinction. I like that you said that.
What are we talking about?
I like that you said that. Yeah.
But there is toxicity that I know of with some of my extended family. So as you talk about the ring, it brought me to this thing. Yeah. So my mother is presently trying to preserve or rebuild actually our family home in Trinidad as we started this podcast off of me being an immigrant. Mm-hmm. So my mother's family, I think I want to say on my grandfather's side, they own land. So it was like my grandfather, my grand aunts, they all own like a patch of land in Trinidad.
Right.
That was used to plant sugarcane when they used to put cane in
his properties going passed down. Yeah.
Right. So it's a big piece of land. And so like 5 families live on the land.
Oh, nice. Like a compound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah,
even though it's like in the country, so it's like dirt roads and everything.
Yeah. I'm with you, sis.
But you know, it's the land.
That's my mom's people in South Carolina. I'm with you. I'm with you. Go ahead, sis.
So we had a family house on the land, and the family, when my mother immigrated, she entrusted her brother with the house. She was like, you got to keep the house, you know, and it was a family house. You know, my grandfather helped build it, all that other good stuff. So it was a family house. She was like, keep the house. When my mother came to the States, my uncle, he had been in the States and then he came back. Mad shady shit happened to him. He ended up coming back to Trinidad. He left the house. He was in there for a little while and he left it. And when he left it, everyone came in. So there was a grand aunt who had this like adopted children. When she died, like her children came, they took shit out the house. Like they took appliances, windows, they took shit out the house. Yes. Then another family came in, which was cousins. They came in and they didn't repair anything. They just lived in the house. So now the house is like super dilapidated, like pigeons and geese and everything like live in there. Like it's broken down, all that other good stuff. So, well, bad stuff, I should say. So in the last 2-3 years, I would say my mom's been like saving up money to rebuild the house because she's getting up there in age, and she's like, listen, I want to be able that if I want to go back home, I can go back home. Yeah. Because we're at a point right now, the family as a whole, like our family here in our little tribe as a whole, when we go back to Trinidad, we have to stay by family because we don't have a family house. And then it becomes a tug of war because we really, really, really love my mom's like friends. And so we'll stay by them because they're like the fun ones. They'll take us to the beach. They'll take us to the mall, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
If we stay with her other brother, her eldest brother, like they want to, you know, eat dinner at 2 and go to bed at like 6. And we're like, come on, dog. Like we didn't come all the way to Trinidad to like be sleeping at 6 o'clock watching you watch Jeopardy. Like this is not what we came here for.
Right.
So it becomes a tug of war when we go spend nights there. They're like, oh, when are you guys coming back? Oh, you're going to stay there? Why? You always got to stay by this person, blah, blah, blah. So my mom was like, we want our own home.
Yeah.
Long story short, she spends tons of money, or not spends, she's saving all this money, and she starts, you know, putting plans into action. She starts like buying foundation. She finds a contractor, all this other stuff, starts building the house. And it's because there is a cousin next door who basically is helping her with kind of like reestablishing the land, because like in Trinidad, like the land is on like my great aunt's name.
Yeah.
And so it's very much like how the